It's the Abba podcast. Let's go.
And we're joined on the podcast with a special guest today, Michael Pretty Boy Zerafa. Mike, how you going, mate?
Good, mate. Good. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. How did you go over the Christmas New Year period?
Look, it was pretty busy for me. I'm in training camp now, obviously, for the Anthony Mundine fight. So nothing really slowed down on my end. But I tried to enjoy the day with the family and my close ones. But I was pretty much in the gym all day, man. Didn't stop.
That's what we want to hear from you, mate. So talk to us about the gym, new camp. How's that been? How's training camp? How's COVID? What's holding you up, if anything?
Oh, man, the last 12 months, obviously, with the virus, it's been crazy. The fight was meant to happen last year in April, but obviously the virus started, kicking in and, restrictions happened. And Melbourne, we copped it pretty hard. So, the fight's finally come now, March 13. We're fighting at the Bendigo Stadium for the WBA interim title. And, yeah, man, like I said, I'm just training 2-3 times a day with my team. I'm down at the teammates gym in Keilor, and I'm just focused. Like I said, man, it's a must win for me. I have a lot on the line, even to lose, nothing to gain really. But I'm excited. It's a fight I've always wanted, and I can't wait to get out there, man.
Yeah, mate, look, as much as anyone wants to rubbish the fight or speak about the fight, you're going up against the guy who saves Australian boxing. He's the biggest name we have.
Exactly.
And he comes with a lot of commands. Anthony the Man Mundine's not something or someone anyone can sleep on. The guy's just a super athlete, and it's something that you're not taking lightly.
100%. This is a guy, like you said, who's put Australian boxing on the map, and not only dominated boxing, dominated two sports. He's a legend, someone who I've always, looked up to and respected. But like I said, come fight time, it's my time. I said to him at the press conference, he's passing on the torch. And I'm going out there with bad intentions. And a lot of people are bagging the sport and whatnot and saying, I should be fighting world class and this and that. But, what people don't understand, I've been in the ring for 12 months because of this virus. And, I wish I could just pick up the phone and call Canelo Alvarez and say, mate, I'm coming over, we're fighting. Boxing doesn't work like that. You've got to climb the ranks. And, like I said, I've got to blow out the cobwebs and get back in there in front of, the people and get ring fit and, defend my title. I tried to defend it against Tszyu. They didn't want it. I then called out, Jeff Horn in the trilogy. They didn't want it. And basically everyone else I fought in the rankings, I'm number one. I fought everybody else. The only one that was man enough to really fight me and step up and believes he can beat me is Anthony, the Man Mundine. So, is he past his best? Probably. But like I said, if he trains right, eats right, recovers right, who knows what Anthony Mundine we're going to get. You can't buy his experience. He's been in there, like I said, with the best and done things that, guys wish they could do. So, like I said, for me, I'm training like I'm fighting for a world title. Mundine's name to me in this fight is a world title.
Yeah, no, and rightly so. Look, he's won two world titles previously. Like we said, the athleticism he has isn't something where you can write him off. Bernard Hopkins fought into his 50s, and he was beating people in their prime, and age is a number, but there are people that have beat Father Time, like you've said earlier. So, Mike, talking about previous opponents, you tried to get Tim, you tried to get Jeff. What's the go with both these fighters?
Look, I want the public to know, I want that Tszyu fight. My team and we both want that. We all want that fight. It's a fight that I believe Australian boxing need. It's the most talked about fight. It's the new Anthony Mundine, Danny Green fight. You've got Zerafa, Tszyu, two number ones going head to head. I'm not impressed. He's doing well, but I mean, I need people to understand the sport. You know what I mean? And you take away his last name, and he wouldn't be getting talked about in the mix. There's up and comers out there that are doing greater things than him. He's fighting welterweights and beating welterweights, and everyone's going crazy. Put a proper junior middleweight or a proper middleweight in front of him, and we'll talk. That's world class. That's done the things he's done. If not more. I've been in there with guys like Cal Brooks, Peter Quillen. Knocked out Jeff Horn also. You know what I mean? So. For me, I'm not really impressed, and he lowballed me in an offer that he knew we were going to decline. To make it look like we didn't want the fight. I know he doesn't want that fight. Our team just talked off cameras, and everyone gets on the computers and says, Zerafa will get knocked out and whatnot. But it's good for the sport. You need your haters. Without your haters, you wouldn't be getting up in the mornings. But for me, it's a fight I want. It's a fight I need, and it will happen. Again, I'm not greedy. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, it's all about money. But I'm at a level now where I'm getting paid big dollars. So don't disrespect disrespect me in an offer, he only offered me peanuts, and no one's going to work for free. I mean, I'm not greedy. I said, give me 70-30, you take 70, give me 30%, and he didn't want that. So it just shows he doesn't really want that fight. He's offering opponents triple the amount of money. So, I mean, does he not want it? I don't know, but I want it.
So actions speak louder than words, mate. You came down to Sydney. Any noise after that? You hear anything from their management? They contact your team? What's going on there?
Yeah, 100%. They said, look, we want that fight, but you got to be, clear that, we can upset his road to a world title. And, they said Zerafa's not an easy fight. I've said Jeff Horn have upset guys overseas. Guys that had the same game plan of beating me have lost. So they said, look, it's a fight we definitely want. It's a fight that Australian boxing needs. But, I understand that they're on a world title, journey. And so am I. We're very, very close to getting that. But, you can't go around calling yourself the best and have a 4-5 plan and put me in it. And then when it's time to fight, come up with excuses. So, I mean, look, that I went down there to make it clear that I wanted that fight. I went there live by myself in front of thousands, and said, Tszyu, I'm here, like I'm ready to fight, and everyone got on their bandwagon and behind their keyboard, and just went crazy. But I just want people to know, I want to be involved in the biggest and best fights. I want to win, lose or draw. I want to be involved in those big fights, and go out someone who's fought everybody, like a Miguel Cotto and these, world-class fighters, not guys that are fighting taxi drivers and guys that are retired for 2 years and they weigh 10 kilos less, you know what I mean?
Yeah, look, I think they owe it to the fans, they owe it to Australian boxing to keep it up there. We need to make the best need to fight the best, man. And I think the fans and everyone else had to respect, love or hate you, they had to respect you went out, paid for your own seat, and you called him out, and, you can only do what you can do. But March 13th...
I said everyone.
March 13th...
You love or hate me, you watch me.
That's him, and that's the Floyd Mayweather, mate. Boxing's, at the end of the day, it's a business. And it's a money-making business, man. Love you, hate you, just watch me, man. They're going to pay your bills at the end of the day. Exactly. March 13, mate. The guy who's done that originally in Australia is Anthony Mundine. Now, some people are calling him Mundine 2.0. What's your say to that?
Like I said, just buy a ticket, get a hot dog and a Coke and enjoy the show. If not, mate, no one's got a gun to your head saying watch the fight. People put their 2 cents in and bag the fight, but I guarantee you these are the guys that stop you in the shopping centres and ask you for photos and, that end up buying pay-per-view or go down to the pub and watch it. It's a sport. As long as both boys go in there healthy and come out healthy, we're just trying to make a living and, trying to be the best we can be. But like I said, that 2.0 has got to go.
That's we can hear the confidence from the voice. Bendigo Stadium, you've kind of made it your own, mate. So explain to us how it is fighting in front of that crowd.
Look, Bendigo, they've claimed me as their own, and what way to go back out there. And I knocked out Jeff Horn, and now going out there to potentially do the same to Anthony Mundine. I've got a good resume there. I missed 100% there, and like I said, they love me. And it's an awesome stadium. It's probably one of the best in Melbourne. And one of the best in Australia. Besides the big stadiums like your MCGs and your Suncorps. What way to go back there? And it's only an hour from home. And I've got my locals there. And like I said, I just want to go out there and make noise, make a statement. And like I said, just go in healthy, come out healthy. What more can you ask for?
That's the most important thing, man. How are you guys with sparring partners and new gym? How's the transition with the new team? Is everything running smooth, injury-free, hopefully?
100%. I know every fighter says, this is the best physically and mentally they feel, but, no one's going to come out there and say they're feeling crap. That's just not going to ever happen. But for me, last year I had a lot of ups and downs, and that's something I'm always honest, and I'll come out and say, it was, a little bit of injuries here and there, and just mentally, with, losing obviously to Dwight Ritchie and the Horn fight, a few things happened to me last year that was tough, but I've bounced back and I'm just in the best mental and physical shape I've ever been in. I've got a new team now, that have jumped on board, and like I said, I'm just taking to another level.
Yeah, man. Look, you're someone that the public can get behind, someone that can rejuvenate Australian boxing, especially with your potential trilogy with Jeff Horn. The little thing that's brewing between you and Tszyu. Mate, talk to us about Jeff Horn. Why wasn't he an option, and why didn't he come to the table before Mundine?
Well, we asked him. We said, mate, we need a trilogy. You know, we're one apiece. We've got to settle it. And he purely just said, look, Zerafa's just too hard of a fight. The 2 wars that we had with him was just too tough. And you know, I did a lot of damage to him. He had 2 surgeries after our fights, a lot of stitches, a lot of work, and I hurt him. And you know, he said he fears me. You know, he goes, it's a tough fight. He's strong. He's fit. And you never know the Zerafa you're going to get on the night. So he basically shied away from that fight. And, you know, you can't take what Jeff Horn's done. You know, again, whether you love him or hate him, you know, he's done things that others all around the world, you know, wish they could do and have tried and failed. So credit to Jeff. But, you know, we've got unfinished business. And, you know, the 2 fights that I want is either Jeff Horn in a trilogy or Tszyu. And I truly believe I'm the most dangerous man here in Australian boxing as a middleweight and junior middleweight. And I've proven it. You know, like I said, I've gone to Sydney. You know, I've gone 12 rounds with Kell Brooks. I've fought Peter Quillen. I've gone, you know, 12 rounds with the Russian world champion. I've knocked out Jeff Horn. You know, I'm about to knock out Mundine. You know, no one's done the things I've done. You know what I mean? And I've done it the right way. I've fought everyone and climbed the ranks. These guys are getting opportunities because of their last name and, you know, and who their managers and trainers are. Man, it's pathetic. But for me, like I said, whether you love me or hate me, you will tune in.
Yeah, mate, look, Jeff Horn was a shell of himself against Tszyu. And, mate, like you said, it was probably because of the 2 wars that he had. He got beat up. Explain to us round 9 of the second fight. A lot of controversy behind that, and a lot of people, you're kind of the people's champ, even though you didn't get the result in the second one. You might have lost the fight, but it looks like you definitely won the war. Give us your take on that.
100%. You know, like I remember when I was throwing punches in that 9th round in the second fight, I actually said to myself, I've done it again. I've stepped in the 9th round. And then I started realising that this ref's not stopping the fight. And, you know, when he was absolutely gone, he paused the fight and said, you know, he needs a rest. He's tired. I'm like, what is actually happening? You know, and I've gone back to the corner and I've looked over to my team and I've started abusing Jeff Horn's team. And they were waving the towel in the ring and Glenn Rushton grabbed his arm and they've basically applied adrenaline to his cut, fixed his face, and he's come out ready to go again. And I'm like, mate, what the hell's going on here? Which, you know, gave him that second win to bowl that right hand over. And, you know, credit to him, it landed. But that should have never happened. You know, the rules in boxing, whenever a referee is concerned in either one of the fighters, whether it was me or Jeff Horn, you know, you stopped the fight. And he was concerned on Jeff Horn's well-being and, you know, gave him a rest, gave him a 50 second to a minute rest, and they, you know, fixed up his cut. You know, I had stitches, scars, nothing. You know, they didn't even check me. So that was a cut that happened in round 2, not round 9. So, you know, look, a lot of people, even I had a lot of people around the world say, you know, that was a robbery. Referees from around the world say, mate, that should have been stopped. But, you know, you can't win them all. And, you know, I just got to stay humble and, you know, move on to the next. And like I said, we'll meet again. And, you know, that same Jeff Horn that rocked up with Tszyu, you know, his own team said, thank God that Jeff Horn didn't rock up with Zerafa because we would have been, you know, sitting next to him in a hospital somewhere. So, yeah, it just says a lot, you know.
Yeah, no, it does. It says a lot about your power and about the ability that you possess. But, mate, how's your relationship with Mr. Glenn Rushton? How did he not stop that fight against Tszyu? If that was you in there, you would have murdered the bloke.
Mate, a lot of you know, media stuff is, you know, not set up, but, you know, there's a lot of, you know, give and take and a lot of pre-organised, you know, words. But me and Glenn Rushton just do not see eye to eye. I don't understand how he thinks. And, you know, his own team have basically turned on him and said, mate, he shouldn't be in anyone's corner. You know, I've had guys go over there from, you know, my local gym and say, mate, he just doesn't know what he's doing. And it's sad because he can get somebody hurt. And, yeah, I just don't understand, and we just do not see eye to eye. And I don't hate anybody, but, you know, if I had to dislike somebody in boxing, it probably would be Glenn Rushton.
Man, it almost looks like he's trying to live his dream through Jeff Horn, and he's trying to it's like, mate, your job's to protect your fighter. Your job is to, you know, you got to protect him from himself. And it didn't look like it was anything. It wasn't even crossing his mind. He didn't even throw the towel against him. So you called it long before anyone jumped on the bandwagon, mate. You've called him out.
100%. You know, and like I said, I want to be involved in the best fights. And like I said, there's only 2 for me in Australia that really make sense. You know, everyone else I've fought and beat. Like I said, the only man that was man enough was Anthony Mundine. And you know, again, I can't take him lightly. I was going to go out there and be me, do me. And, you know, I believe in my ability. I believe in my team. And I believe in God, and like I said, just go out there and have fun and do me, man.
Talk to us. What tickets you? What gets you up in bed every day? What gets you in the gym? And what gets you putting in 100% every day?
For me, it's always been about giving back. Each one teach one, and legacy for me. The name Michael Zerafa, just I want to be known as that guy that never shied away from any fight. Like a Miguel Cotto, my favorite fighter, someone I look up to, and lucky enough to go train in LA with him and sparring and whatnot. But legacy is a big thing for me. My last name, my family name. It's not even about money. If it was about money, I would have retired years ago. This money, this job for money at the start, it's a hustle. Man, like I said, it's financially great now, but I had to do 10 years with nothing. So for me, it's about, like I said, legacy. And when you hear Michael Zerafa say, "Wow, he fought everybody," and that's like I said, that one fight that can change my life, my family's life. People close to me who believed in me. That's what it's all about. Bringing someone to your level, and just each one teach one.
Hey, mate, that's well said, man. Look, a lot of people mistake you to be an arrogant, cocky personality because you're confident, but it's not the case.
Yeah.
So tell us what Michael Zerafa. What are the core beliefs of Michael Zerafa? If you're to see you in the gym, see you out in public, what are the things you believe in most?
Man, I'm a big kid. I love having fun. I love pranking, taking the piss out of my mates and the boys and whatnot. And like I said, just going into a gym and seeing a kid look up to you and just smile when you walk in. That's what it's all about, And I'm perceived as like you said, arrogant. That's all for the cameras, And no one sees me giving back to the elderly once a week and working with kids with disabilities and whatnot. No one sees that, and I'm glad I don't go out to get that on Channel 7 News, because that's not what it's about. It's God sees that, and the people close to me sees that, and like I said, everyone has their opinion, and no matter what you do in life, you can never make anybody happy, everybody happy. So as long as I know I'm doing the best I can to give back and help somebody, like I'll always make time for my friends, my family, my supporters, and just surround myself around positive and successful people. That's the key, and that's what I love doing.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the era that we're in. Yes, social media can be taken in both ways, right? But these are things that people won't really paint a picture of themselves. It's not like you got a PR team like John Jones going around with you every time you do a good act, posting it all on social media. You've stopped a burglar, you've stopped this. So no, it's good to know, and the people deserve to know that there is another side to Michael Zerafa. When you're in the ring, it's a totally different person to when you're outside the ring, and it's a good thing to show, man.
Of course, I have a character, and I'm an entertainer. I'm an athlete, I'm an entertainer, and there's always a bad guy, and unfortunately, well, not even unfortunately, it's who I am, but I also have a very big heart, and I just believe in my ability, and when I see guys shying away from fights, when they've previously called me out, I'm going to say something about it, and I believe, win, lose or draw, I believe I'm the best in Australia in my division, and I've proven that. I believe I've proven that, and like I said, I want the Tim Tszyu fight, I want the Jeff Horn fight, and then on to the next, back overseas and working on my rankings and moving up the rank. I'm sitting at number 7 in the world now, and I just want to just keep building. I'm in no rush. I'm only 28 years old. I'm in no rush. I'm healthy. I'm fit. I've got a good team around me, and like I said, it's about the next generation. It's about giving back, and I'm just a local boy who had a dream and stuck to it and chased it, and I just want everyone to know that dreams are achievable if you dedicate yourself, you discipline, and like I said, you can never make everyone happy. So I just switch off and do me, and I know I'm a good person. I know I'll give back, and like I said, I'll leave it in God's hand.
God bless you, man. Hey, look, no one has to tell you you're a good person as long as you're content with what you're doing. Nobody knows you but you. Mate, Michael Zerafa, March 13. You're a confident fella. You're going to have to give us a prediction. Anthony Mundine, how does he go down and when?
I won't go past 4. Like I said, I'm training so hard for this fight. I'm training harder than I did for Jeff Horn. So like I said, if Mundine comes across this podcast, mate, I want no excuses. I want the best Mundine in there. And like I said, put your sponsors on the bottom of your shoes, because you're going to be looking up from the campus, brother. You know what I mean? So Monday, I go past 4.
So then the camera's going to come on to you. They're going to put the mic in your face once again. Who you calling out, mate? You got your time there. What's going to happen? Who are you putting on the mic?
So Tszyu, mate, let's get it on. Let's do it, man. Let's give Australian boxing fans. Let's not do it for us. Let's do it for the people. And that's what it's all about. Give it back. Let's do it for the fans, man. For the sport, for the fans, the supporters, and let's put on a show.
Right, Tszyu, Michael Zerafa sounds interesting and intriguing. We're looking forward to that one. And Jeff Horn, what's our message to Jeff Horn? We're going to have to do the trilogy. If he anything to do with boxing, you got to do a trilogy.
100%. Like I said, we're 1-1. Jeff Horn, mate, step up. Your scars and your injuries and your boo-boos are all in the past, brother. Let's step up, man. Let's put on another fight, and let's get a solid winner. Let's make it 2-1 to somebody.
Michael Zerafa, mate. Look, it's been a pleasure speaking to your champion. March 13, mate. Under 4 rounds. You heard it here first. Any final message for the fans?
Just want to thank everybody who shows their love and support. Follow my Instagram, Michael Zerafa, and like I said, if anyone has any questions or anything that I can help with life or training or anything in general, always reach out and I'll do my best to get back to everybody. And I just want to say thanks again and God bless.
God bless him, mate. Look, Michael Zerafa, a true good guy in Australian boxing. Get behind him, It is a part of the business. He's got to sell the fight. Get behind the fight. March 13, Michael Zerafa, Anthony the Man Mundine. Pretty boy Zerafs, mate. An honour to speak to you. Thanks for joining us on the podcast. And we'll speak to you after the fight, huh?
God bless, brother. Thank you very much.
Good luck, bro. Take care, mate. Sure. Safe travels. Bye.
Sure.
And that's a wrap, mate. We just finished the podcast with Michael Zerafa, who'll be taking on Anthony the Man Mundine, March 13th. Thank you guys for watching. We're out.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually, it will subside, and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last